It looks really fun and really cheeky and just light. Of course, we have news. Star Wars, all things Star Wars. We did not have news last week. And of course, that's when they announced like 1,000 different things on Star Wars Celebration,
yes.
Including there's a trailer for this Ahsoka series, which looks awesome.
It's been a while. Things have changed. I started hearing whispers.
Rosario Dawson is Ahsoka Tano. Yeah.
Well, so, I'm hearing it's digging very deeply into the animated origins. So it's going to be one of those things where I think you and I are going to have to turn to Nick or some other expert to sort of walk us through Easter eggs that we're completely missing.
Here, 13-year-olds of the world, take our hand and explain things to us. Yeah, so we will definitely be talking about that series when it comes out on Disney Plus. And then Daisy Ridley is going to be back as Rey Skywalker, you know. And that was very exciting. Lots of big rapturous receptions for people. Like Hayden Christiansen and Ewan McGregor did a thing on stage together, and like rapturous, passionate, thunderous tears and like,
okay,
we like Hayden Christensen again, apparently.
If we're going to retroactively let a Hayden Christensen off the hook for episodes 1 through 3, then we need to give Ahmed Best a little more love too, because come on.
Well, that one episode of The Mandalorian, though, where he gets to be the badass Jedi hero was very nice.
Absolutely a start, but like, come on, Hayden Christensen.
Well, he talked about, you know, the scene that he does in the Obi-Wan series where he and Ewan McGregor get to square off against each other and like the Darth Vader mask gets slashed, you know. Ooh. So that happened. Andor season 2 is coming. They had a little sneak peek about that. That'll be out in August of 2024. They have begun production already, but of course these things take time.
Yes, they do.
Do not rush Tony Gilroy. Plenty of time for that. So yeah, just a lot of stuff. And then we're going to have more live action Star Wars movies, one of which James Mangold is going to direct. He's got the 5th Indiana Jones movie coming. He, of course, did Logan. And then Dave Filoni himself, who created Clone Wars and Rebels and is one of the masterminds behind all the Mandalorian stuff. He will be doing a live action movie.
And there's supposed to be a Taika Waititi one of these days, right? Wasn't that announced ages ago? And I think he recently went on record like, oh yeah, it's taken me a while.
I don't know. I'm not sure they talked about that this time. A lot of information came out, so I could have missed that detail. But many, many exciting Star Wars. Here's some money. Go see a Star War. So that will all happen. We will follow all of those things. Box office for movies that exist now in the world in which we live. The Super Mario Brothers movie had just a ridiculous record-breaking opening.
Boy, howdy.
And just anecdotally, you and I can attest that Thursday night we went to see Showing Up together at the Grove. It was a madhouse at the Grove between Mario and Air.
Yeah, I had bought a ticket Wednesday night to see Mario because I'd missed the press screening, and it was quite full, you know. And so, I mean, yes, I suppose there are people out on spring break or whatever, but I mean, like, there was a lot of enthusiasm and like families. These were like kids and their parents out on a weeknight. So, I mean, look, good for the all the theaters out there showing it. I know they were wanting butts and seats. This Super Mario Brothers is the tenet we've been waiting for in terms of really kickstarting, getting people like, even I would say, like, I mean, more than Top Gun Maverick maybe, or at least comparable to that in terms of like creating this sort of want to see thing.
I think in terms of appealing to every age on some level.
4-quadrant?
It is 4-quadranty, yes. Mario does that, I think, more than Top Gun Maverick, because little kids don't want to go see Top Gun Maverick. But on just a purely visceral level, they can enjoy the colors and the action, and they probably know these characters. Yeah. So whether they're playing it now or their parents played it back when they were kids, like, this got something for everybody. It made $375.6 million. It is the biggest worldwide opening ever for an animated film, beating Frozen 2. It made 204.6 just domestically over the 5-day. I mean, it did come out on a Wednesday.
Well,
so those numbers are big, but it was a Easter weekend, spring break.
Absolutely. And apparently I just saw a headline this morning that it had a record-breaking Monday. So, yeah, it's packing them in. We didn't love it, but we are, we do want theatrical exhibition to come back to life. So if this is what it takes, then, it's a start.
I must say our showing of Showing Up was
also
pretty crowded.
Full. Yeah.
Because the ArcLight doesn't exist anymore and the Landmark doesn't exist anymore. So the one screen at the multiplex that's showing the art house film is going to get jammed.
And also, did you notice that for some reason that movie wasn't on Fandango? Like you had to go to actual AMC app to get a ticket. I don't know what that was about, but nonetheless, people found it anyway. So
yeah, for sure. So that was big. So big things are happening there. We've got some trailers for you for some movies that are in the works, including The Mother.
I'm a killer, but I'm also a mother.
Which will be on Netflix. Jennifer Lopez gets to be a badass. She gets to do pull-ups and fight and kick and stuff, but also be soft and maternal. Okay. She can do it all, J-Lo.
Hey, look, she already Krav Maga. We know she's capable of all kinds of things.
It's still in her from Enough. All her Krav Maga training doesn't leave you. Right? You put that kind of time in.
Stays with you forever.
Right. So that is coming out on May 12th. That is on Netflix. And then we have a new Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny trailer. That will be out on June 30th. That looks very fun. That is, as you mentioned, James Mangold directed that, taking over for Spielberg. And you've got de-aged Harrison Ford. You've got Phoebe Waller-Bridge and Mads Mikkelsen. So it looks
de-aged
fun.
Throughout the whole film?
No. Just some of it. Flashbacks to stuff. It feels very much like a This Is Your Life Indiana Jones kind of thing, because he's fighting Nazis again, and Phoebe Waller-Bridge is his goddaughter, and there's people from the past that are coming back, and iconography from the past. So it feels you got to wrap it up now. The man's 80.
Well, yeah, maybe he made the Star Wars deal I will come back one more time, but you are killing me. So yeah, we'll see. One
more Han Solo, one more Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
So there's that. That's June 30th, and then we have a new teaser for the Marvels. Which looks super fun.
Cool.
And it very much explains that last thing we see in the Ms. Marvel series where Brie Larson just shows up in Kamala Khan's bedroom.
Okie dokie.
Right. So it sort of explains why that is.
So we get the two of them and Monica Rambeau in this one?
Yes. All of them together. And Nick Fury. It looks really fun and really cheeky and just light. And so a lot of the characters that we loved from Ms. Marvel, her whole family, they're back.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, so that is November 10th. So that ought to be a lot of fun for sure. We've got an animated Stranger Things in the works. Muppet Baby, Stranger Things.
You're going to keep those kids 14 forever now.
I mean, yeah, Phil Wolfhard's a grown-ass man who can buy beer and stuff at this point, is he not?
They've all got mustaches. Come on.
So, of course, details are scarce because it is the Duffer Brothers and they like to keep these things under wraps. They are executive producing this, but there is a series in the works for Netflix, a whole Stranger Things thing. So we will definitely be looking into that when that comes around.
Broadway show? Didn't we talk about that at some point?
Stranger Things, Turn Off the Dark, something like that.
Something, some sort of stage version.
I mean, there was definitely an experience, a Stranger Things experience where you drove through a parking lot and people reenacted scenes, and Nick and I went and did that. That was really fun.
Work it, kids.
Right. Make that money. So that is happening. We will definitely talk about that one of these days. And then Michael Lerner died at age 81.
Yes.
Let's talk about him a little bit.
Legendary character actor. The first thing that probably comes to mind is his Oscar-nominated turn in Barton Fink. He's the studio exec who's, what's that Barton Fink feeling? The wrestling picture. Wallace Beery, what more is there to know? But, had a career that went back, decades. He's in Elf, for God's sake. He's in the X-Men movies. He played the mayor named for Roger Ebert in Godzilla. You know, he did other Coen Brothers movies. You know, he's in A Serious Man. So just we talk about that guy actors. You know, he is like one of the great that guys.
Right. Stephen Tobolowsky.
Yes. Michael Lerner, definitely on that list. So yeah, R.I.P.